Welcome to Valley Children's Stadium, everyone, the home of the Fresno State Bulldogs. And for a team whose mantra is anytime, any place, anywhere, it's always good to be home. And these fans have shown out for the clash we have ahead of us. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Colorado State Rams, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Fresno State Bulldogs. For EA Sports, Fresno State will kick it off and we will be underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Rams offense will get the first crack at it here. And when you take the field with the confidence, the swag that this guy does, David, it just really elevates your confidence in the passing game.
Yeah, receivers don't usually lack confidence, and those are the guys that kind of set the tone. And that swagger sets the tone for this offense. And, Jesse, you know he's going to make plays.
And that speed scares defenses, too, because he can take the top off quick. These safeties better get back deep or else this guy's going to take it to the house.
It's a draw. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. And the Rams in the hurry-up. On 3rd and short, the power run here. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gonna run it. It's Morrow. And the stiff arm was strong, but the defense was stronger, and they stop him for a short gain. Little touch pass to the receiver. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. To the air, it's Fowler Nicolosi. Finds the tight end. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The Rams have this offense rolling.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it 2 high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the second quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. And the Rams come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the running back. Headed to the end zone. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. Trying to barge their way in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Colorado State.
Well, your opponent can't beat you if you don't give them the football. And they were able to possess it throughout the entire first quarter, and they finally cap it off with that impressive rushing touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT makes it 7-0. precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Fresno State's offense will have its first possession of the game. And this figures to be just a tremendous matchup of big play receivers, Jesse.
And because of their skills, Reese, you're going to see all types of ways and how they use them, right? They're going to throw it to them, they'll throw screens, they'll get jet sweeps. Get these guys as many touches as you can.
Well, and the good thing is, if you're a defense, you're used to it. You see this guy in practice every day. Now you're seeing another guy that's elite. Which defense can rise to the challenge and get a few stops and maybe nullify the playmaker?
Never has to leave the pocket and fires over the middle. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
This is an explosive attack, and that last big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 26. He wants to throw. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. Looking to pass. It's Keene. He makes the connection. No chance to run, but still a good gain. Fresno State working from the red zone. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Splits the uprights, it's good. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. Throws to the back. Got the quick pass. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Horton. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down. The Rams will punt it away on 4th down. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. And they don't want to risk a turnover here, so they'll just take the knee and head to the locker room. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific scene there today in Fresno. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, Let's send it back to the guys inside Valley Children's Stadium.
And the Rams will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing, get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can...
Just finds that little crevice, and he's still up. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
Yeah, and I love the timing routes, a nice curl route, great throw, and then catch the ball, get north-south, and get some good yards after the catch.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now this defense could really use a stop on 3rd down as the offense has had its way. Caught. At the 35, he's loose. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one. That's the end of the quarter, and Colorado State is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Bulldogs will hustle to the line. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Tune in to the Ocho. 8th play of the drive coming up. They'll run it from the gun. Brought down after a pickup of 5 yards down to the 10. It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. He caught it. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They move on top here in the 4th.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch, in those big moments and right before the half, in the 4th quarter, late in the game, just like right here. You need a score. You got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
This one's big to make sure they can't beat you with a field goal. And it's good, and he pushes the lead to 3. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Oklahoma has the lead right now, but even though we've heard Boomer Sooner a bunch, this has been a nip-and-tuck affair inside Memorial Stadium. They're up by 10 over Alabama. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Tosses it incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. He's got it. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. Looking to throw it again. Unloads to the right. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? And they take another look at the play with the officials on the field. We're right, and the play will stand. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Scanning the field, it's Fowler Nicolosi. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Colorado State. And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. We got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. Now that they have the lead, this kickoff unit has to stay in their lane, create some field position, and hand it over to the defense. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. He's taking the deep shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking down the middle. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab well past the sticks. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. It's caught. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. To the air. It's Keene. Lets it fly deep downfield. Throw to the end zone. Picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
When you're down late in the game, you got to make plays. It's really tough not to force the football. You could tell quarterback forces the football. Defense comes up with a huge interception.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. Bad offense, good defense, no scoring. That's pretty much what we had in this one as they come up short in a bit of a slogfest.
Yeah, and most of the time in college football, it's the opposite, right? You don't defense optional. Offense scores so many points. This one, back and forth. Offense is struggling, trying to make plays. Defense has put on a great effort.
And a lot of issues for this offense in this game today, obviously, and I think the coaching staff now really needs to take a look at how they're game planning and how they're going to give their players an opportunity to have success. It may be time now to start changing some things up a little bit.
So that's going to do it for